Canada sees the lowest number of new listings of any December in over 20 years. New listings are dropping fast, and this is happening on both a local and a national level. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how the number of new listings dropping affects the real estate market and how it has an effect on sales and sale prices. But before I jump in, I will ask you guys to hit that like and subscribe button if you are enjoying my content. And as always, if you want to book a call with me to chat about real estate, you can do so by clicking the Calendly link below. That'll take you to a schedule. You can book a 30-minute Zoom call or phone call with me to chat about real estate. Let's dive in and take a look at the number of new listings on both a local and a national level. I have the stats pulled up for new listings for the Fraser Valley board. So we can see here, as of December 2022, which was the last full calendar month, we can see the number of new listings has been at its lowest point on record. Now, the Fraser Valley board just dates back to 2005. When we look at new listings and compare month over month, we can see that from November to December 2022, the number of new listings has fallen 52.8%. Now let's take a look at the number of new listings across Canada. So we can see here, seasonally adjusted, new listings fell 6.4% month over month, and new listings hit their lowest point since May 2020. So it was the lowest number of new listings of any December in 20 years. Now, the number of new listings obviously has a big effect on the overall real estate market. So if we don't start to get more new listings, this is going to be a challenge in the real estate market. What's interesting is that even though the number of new listings has taken quite a hit, the number of active listings isn't that bad. I'm going to share with you my screen and go over the active listings in the Fraser Valley area. There's way more than there was December 2022, and it's not that far off from historical Decembers as well. So this was right before the market hit the peak too. So there was just nothing on the market, and obviously that has an effect on the sale price. There are listings out there, there's just not a lot of new ones. To clarify, active listings is any active home for sale on the MLS. New listings are any new listings that come onto the MLS in that given month. So there's not a lot of new product coming out. We usually want to see the number of active listings be closer to 6,000. 6,000 creates for a balanced market. We could use a little bit more. And what this also tells me is that the active listings on the market have probably been on the market for a while, and that the sellers just haven't come to reality on what the actual price of their home is today, and they're most likely pricing it at prices 6+ months ago. I've got a chart here that I want to share with you that does a good job of summarizing everything that we've spoken about so far. So this is from Edge Analytics. And as we can see here, Canada is down 11% year over year in the number of new listings. And they're down 6.4% month over month for new listings. But what's interesting is that when we look at active inventory and compare it from December 2022 to December 2021, we're actually up almost 60%. So there's more choice than there was a year ago, but there's just no new listings coming in. And I think that there's a lot of hesitation from people on what's going to happen, and a lot of sellers that are sitting on the sidelines. We can see BC here has followed the same trend. So they're down 26.4% for new listings year over year, down 14.5% month over month. And then when we look at the number of active inventory, it's actually up quite a bit. Sales, they're down across the board in every province and on a national level. So it's going to be really interesting to watch the spring market. I'm getting clients say they want to wait for the market to pick up, whatever that means. So we really are relying on a lot of new listings to hit in order to get things moving again. The year 2022 was the year of high inflation and high interest rates. We had 7 interest rate hikes. As a result, the Canadian housing market saw very high levels of activity to very low levels of activity in a super short amount of time. And when that happens, there's no doubt that you're going to get some consumer uncertainty. We just had the most recent rate hike announcement on January 25th of 2023, and the Bank of Canada again announced that they increased the overnight lending rate by 25 basis points. So the overnight rate was at 4.25%, and it now sits at 4.5%. Going forward, looking at 2023, the Bank of Canada will meet another 7 times, but I really think that they're only going to raise the rate one more time, and the reason being is because there's another thing that's on everyone's mind, and that's forced sales. So what happens when someone can no longer afford their mortgage payments? Perhaps someone's bought at a higher price point and maybe took a variable rate or only locked in for 1 to 2 years on a fixed rate. And when it comes time to renewing their mortgage, they might be in over their heads. This chart here does a good job to summarize what exactly I'm referring to. So this shows us monthly mortgage payments. So we can see how much they've gone up over the last couple of years. And we can also see here how much the interest rates have gone up for both fixed and variable mortgages. It is interesting too to see that the variable rate has now surpassed a fixed rate. I don't know if people are going to be locking in to get a lower rate. I think that interest rates are going to level off and if anything come down once inflation decreases as well. So, I mean, I'm not a mortgage broker, full disclosure, but I don't know if I'd be locking it at a 5+ year at this high rate here. You know, I hope that we don't see forced sales, but it could be a potential that's coming down the pipe, depending on what that person locked in at and depending on how much they paid for their property. So there's a lot going on in the real estate market right now in Canada and locally in the Fraser Valley. And I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that we're going to see new listings start to come on the market as we get into the springtime here? Or do you guys still think that consumers are very hesitant to put their home on the market or buy a property for that matter? Tell me what you think. Leave your comments below. It would be interesting for me to get your feedback on it. Thanks for watching, and again, reminder to hit that subscribe and like button and the bell so that you can be notified when future videos of mine come out. And a reminder that if you want to book a 30-minute call with me, there's a link to do so below. Thanks again for watching. I'll talk to you guys soon.